Yes, people. As you can see, your boy Jem's gone and had a bit of a makeover. So, no, I'm joking. No, obviously, I'm taking over for Jem today. We're doing the play ratings. I'm joined with the amazing Slens and the lovely Prime. But before we get into it, let's keep the intro, guys.
Don't know how I'm here, and it's you that I want to need. You feel your heartbeat.
Yes, people, welcome back to our player rating show. Coming a little bit later than usual because, you know, the rest of us, we're too busy celebrating the fact that we are in a semi-final of a Champions League. Yes, despite the fact that we lost yesterday, a bit of a dead game. So I guess this is going to be a bit of a dead player ratings. I think some people may still get some high ratings despite the fact that we lost, but I don't know. We shall see. But Slens, what did you think of the game?
Well, I think we didn't lose, man. To me, we didn't lose. Like, listen, just because they scored doesn't mean we lost, man. I don't even remember the goal. Like, apparently it was a great goal, but for me, listen, the last 5 minutes I was just celebrating. So, yeah, man, we lost the game. We were terrible offensively, but who cares, man? Semi-final. Listen, who can say they're in the semi-final from the Premier League?
Only us so far.
There you go.
Prime, what did you think of the game yesterday?
It was just a mechanical, professional performance. The goal we conceded, it was a bit of magic, quite fluky to be fair. Nothing really Mendy could have done, but maybe we could have defended it better. But it's just something stupid that happened. So it is what it is. I mean, we're not going to be conceding like that again. So.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Slens. I heard it was a good goal, something like that. I mean, it came right at the end of the game anyway. So, who were you paying attention? I wasn't paying attention to that. I mean, they were like replaying it constantly on like BT, but I wasn't paying any attention to that. No, I'm joking. It was a fantastic goal. We can't even deny that. We're sitting here like, rah. Like if that goal came about 7 minutes earlier, we might have been worried. But the fact that it came with like literally barely less than a minute left in stoppage time, and they still had another goal to score to even take it to extra time, meant that 2-0 lead, it was a very comfortable, professional performance. Yes, Fator in the cut, Belv, Daniel, everybody, our usual peeps already here causing havoc.
Already.
Mendy was pissed. Yeah, Mendy was angry with that goal,
which is nice to see.
Which is
been brilliant
because we're used to like keeping clean sheets. I mean, I saw he was pissed off when we conceded the goal against Crystal Palace as well. But you know,
do you know what it is? I played defender before. No one can do anything about that. I'm sorry, you can't do anything about that because if you get tight to the guy, it doesn't make any sense. The ball's going outwards. So if he hits it like that, I'm sorry. Sometimes you give credit to the opponents, man. He shinned it, but it was still a great goal, wasn't it?
Indeed. Guys, make sure you're liking the stream, subscribing to the channel, sharing the stream as well. Please tell your mother, your sister, your friend, everybody who's coming back in from enjoying, civilization again. Tell them to come in and join us, yeah? While we celebrate this play ratings, yeah? So like the stream. So let's get into the play ratings without further ado. Let's start with Mendy. Slens.
I'll give him a 7, Maybe that's a bit high, but I think obviously it's going to be a bit higher than usual that we've reached a semi-final. I just think 7, he didn't make... Actually, I just remember the mistake he made. I'll give him a 6 because that mistake was shocking. It literally hit his heel. He passed it with his heel. So Jorginho saved us as well. But yeah, listen, it's a 6. It's a decent performance. I just hope these mistakes don't catch up to him, man, because he's done it a couple of times. I hope it doesn't. I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, Prime, what would you give for Mendy's performance yesterday?
I think a 6 is fair. I mean, if I mention this, people are going to say I have an agenda, which I don't. He is Prone to making mistakes like that. He did the same thing in the
It's
first leg
Arsenal.
against Atletico Madrid. I think that he did the same thing in the second leg as well. He is prone to making those sort of mistakes, those sort of errors. However, the way we are now set up, we we're extremely limiting how often those mistakes do occur. So it's a thing where it's not really going to be a problem. I want to see how he does next season and if he can really kick on and push because either way, we do need a new goalkeeper, either to be a backup to him or someone to come in and be first choice because Kepa is going to be gone either this summer or next summer.
I hope, man. One can only hope.
Yeah, Kepa's. Yeah, we definitely need a goalkeeper, whether it be a backup goalkeeper, whether a starter. But to be fair, I don't think Mendy's done too much to be dropped. He does deserve to be starting. Especially come this end of the season, if we end up winning 2 trophies and placing in the top 4, then he's done exceptional. And the amount of clean sheets he's had under his belt this season, it's great. But I do agree with you guys in the sense where I want to see how he does once Tuchel reverts to a back 4, because I do think Tuchel will revert to a back 4 come the start of next season once he gets in the players that he wants. But I'm seeing some 6s, 7s, 6.5s, 7 for Mr. Tickle, says Real Chris. Yeah, 6.5. I'm going to go for a 6.5 as well, to be honest. If we manage to keep a clean sheet, if we keep Taremi's goal out in the end, then I would have given him a 7. But because we didn't keep the clean sheet, I would just go a little bit behind. But he was great during the game, saved us many times. Once again, Porto running again through our midfield like it was nothing. But we will get to that later on. So we'll move into our back 3. So let's go to the centre of our back 3, Thiago Silva. Slens.
Um, trying to remember his game. 7. I'd say 7. He was dominant in the air. Whenever he came up against Morega, I wasn't worried. And even when Taremi came in, it didn't cause him much trouble. He had a really nice pass actually. That was he literally played it right through the middle to Pulisic, and it was something that we don't see enough. Like we don't see a straight pass. We always pass it 1 or 2, 3 times, but that straight pass, he does that really well. I think he's made up for his mistake. I'd give him a 7. Yeah, I'd give him a 7, man. Silva was he's always decent. I'd give him a 7.
Excellent. Prime. Thiago Silva, do you agree?
Yeah, 7.5. Those sort of passes you're talking about, Slen, it's a thing where Christensen, even though he's supposed to be good on the ball, he doesn't play them enough. There are a few games Christensen has played lately where he just hasn't picked out that pass.
It's true.
He hasn't played it, which, considering whichever of the 3 of the 2 midfielders play in our pivot or the twin 6, and I mean, Jorginho plays the passes sometimes, but Kante and Kovacic don't do it enough. We need some sort of creativity coming from the back, and Christensen doesn't do it enough, and Silva does, and which is a benefit for us going forward anyway when we try and create. So yeah, 7.5.
Yeah, for Thiago Silva, I'd probably give him a 7 as well. Predominantly for most of the game, very defensively solid performance, which was what this whole game was essentially supposed to be about. Game management, we didn't need to come out on the offensive. We already had the 2 away goals because it was really Porto. They're the ones that had to come out. They're the ones that needed to score. So we really just had to continue to just shut up shop, continue with that defensive formation that's worked so well for us. Apart from the blip against West Brom, which we don't talk about anymore, it's been a pretty solid formation for us this season. And yeah, I wasn't really too concerned having him there. He needed the minutes as well, coming back off of the injury. And yes, I'm looking forward to having a fully fit Thiago Silva when we're facing those really experienced
Big boys.
Yeah. I'd feel much better having him in our back again facing Real Madrid because again his experience is unrivaled. So going to the right. Let's go to the right of our back 3, and Where is he? Where is he? There we go. Aspi, our captain, Aspilicueta, Slens. What's the rating?
Do you know what it is? For all the defenders, the back three, I'd give them all. I'd actually give them all sevens, and especially him. I think listen, is Mr. Tokisha and Mr. Reliable. He's always on job. Like he didn't have too many shaky moments. He won his individual battles. That's all you can ask for, man. Like in these kind of games, we need someone like Aspi. We need his experience. He's a captain. So hopefully he'll have the same performance in the semi and the final, man, when we get there. So it's a 7 from me, yeah.
Yeah, Prime, do you agree?
Yeah, I'll give him a 7 as well. This guy, if he wins the Champions League this season, I think we might have to change up our legends list because he has to be high up there.
Yeah.
The guy's done everything for us.
Yeah, I mean, it really was just the Champions League that was missing from his roster. Other than that, he's pretty much won everything with us. He is He is our new captain, our new leader, our new legend potentially.
Yeah. Captain, leader, legend, yeah.
Yeah. And as far as we know, not a racist, so always an advantage. Yeah.
Of course it is. I can get behind him, man.
I would definitely agree with you guys. A 7 for Aspi, another commanding captain's performance from him as well. Somebody who's again nearing towards the end of his career, but still so consistent for us. Just loves the club. You can tell he loves the club. Real Chris has given Aspi a 10 here. AR Hive 7 for Aspi. The Undertaker CFC 7.5. Okay, so some 7.5s. So some good high ratings for Aspi. Moving on to the left side of that back three, and that is, of course, the German beast, Antonio Rudiger. Slens.
I said, actually, I remember saying all three get 7s. He gets a 7.5 from me. Listen, I think he's slowly becoming one of our most important players, and I can't believe I'm saying this after the end of Lampard and during his Lampard reign. Listen, my issue was never his shithousery, it was never his physicality, like his interceptions. My issue was always he just loses concentration sometimes, you know what I mean? And he'll go into rash tackles, or do you know what I mean? Like he'll lose the ball or pass it out in an incorrect manner, but listen, again, Marega and Rudiger was a very important battle, and he handled him well most times. And listen, I love the shithousery from Rudiger. I'm going to give him 7.5.
Amazing. Prime, do you agree? Or not?
Yeah, I do. I think I do. Chris, I mean, Tuchel has a lot of faith and trust in him, and it's going to make it interesting because we're linked with Koundé, and if we end up buying him, who drops out of our 3 centre backs?
Christensen.
If he goes to the back 2,
Said that
then,
so fast. Nah,
I know.
Like if we have to choose, then...
Yeah. But if we do go to the back 2, it's great to have those options, man. It's great to have those options. I love having. We have the option of Thiago Silva and Koundé, or Koundé and Rudiger, or even Thiago Silva and Rudiger. Mention how I didn't mention Christensen just because I want to be back on this channel again. But yeah, Listen, I'd have. It's a great debate to have. To be fair, it's a great headache to have as well.
So, what do you think, Prime?
Oh yeah, I agree. 7. I'll give him a 7.5.
Yeah, I would actually I'll give him a 7.5 as well. To be honest, I think he's one of our defenders that's literally just been completely revolutionized under Tuchel. Again, to echo what Slen said, I didn't think he was like dead and gone. I knew the ability was there because before the injury, he was one of our top defenders. But just when he come back, I was so disappointed by his performances back end of last season. The performance against Sheffield United last season made me feel sick. Some of his performances at the start of the season as well made me feel sick. So again, that's why he was somebody that I thought was just down and out. But fair play, this manager has brought the best out of him. And now I'm sitting there like, okay, you have earned your way into your definitely one of our starting centre backs. Like in a back three, in a back four, he's somebody I definitely want there. He's somebody I think, like Thiago Silva, he has that ball carrying ability as well. And nobody can really mess with him, to be honest. So,
has he had a bad game this season? Or a terrible game this season?
not under Tuchel, under
Not on the
Lampard.
Lampard as well. Did he have? Because he got dropped on the Lampard, then he came back in. I remember.
Because he had them terrible games under Lampard, so that's why he got dropped basically. But
I'm just asking because I actually don't remember. That's why I'm asking.
I don't remember as well, which is a good sign. It's a good sign, man.
I blanked out a lot of Lampard games. So.
That's why under Lampard, essentially, we established that our best centre-back pairing was Thiago Silva and Kurt Zuma, because Christensen wasn't doing it. He was another one that I thought was dead and out. Christensen and Rudiger I thought were dead and out. Christensen, he has improved for me, but I still want him to leave. And in terms of Rudiger, I bite my words in that. Like I was wrong. I was very, very wrong.
No, do you know what it is, Lance? Can I just say we weren't wrong? We weren't wrong. Like based on his form, we weren't wrong. He's improved. That we can say that. Like, you know, a player can improve, and then your mind changes because he actually improved. That's what happened with Rudiger. If he was making these mistakes now, do you think we'll be rating him? Of course not. The guy improved, and we can actually respect him now. But before, my criticism was more than justified. I'm sorry, the performances he had.
Look at this stat here. 24 games this season with 17 clean sheets. That's amazing. Amazing stats for a defender.
Decent, man.
If somebody like that doesn't firmly get back into our starting centre-back positions, then I don't know who does, to be honest.
And apparently there's a stat that I think over the past season or 2 seasons that whenever he plays big games, we end up winning.
Because you need his character, man. You need a character like him. Do you know what I mean? Like he knows.
It really might be written in the stars because we're in the semi-finals, so we have just as much chance as anybody in at this stage. The favourites, Bayern Munich, are out. It might just be written, guys.
I'll jump on the train.
Let's go to the first of our wing backs on the right. So that was, where are you? Where is he?
Maybe
there he is. Wait, hold on. I don't know. Do you know what? I don't know if that's Reece James or if it's Dan James because there's Man United players. Okay, here we go. Reece James. All right, Reece James, Slens.
Oh, love his performance, man. I know offensively he wasn't great, but we needed him to be again win his individual. I keep saying individual battles. It's very important in these kind of games, man. Every time he goes in for a 50-50, he just eats up the guy, man. And I'm not gonna give him a very high rating because obviously I still think there's some flaws offensively. I still think when it comes to link-up play and just decision making around the final third isn't great. So I'll give him a 7.5. But defensively, I loved it, man. He was a bulldog yesterday.
Yeah. Prime, what do we think of Reece James yesterday?
Yeah, same. I'll give him 7. I think Reece James has great deliveries, but there are times when they do vary, which is fair because he is still young and he's still growing. And this game also wasn't about us trying to go out and score 2 or 3 goals because we didn't really need to. So I guess going forward, in terms of our creativity, you can kind of allow that because we didn't need to push. We didn't need to do anything. But in terms of the defensive sense, yeah, he was perfect, really. Or nigh on perfect.
Does he think we're in Jorginho? What's happening?
We're not there, Jem. We're not at Jorginho.
No. Jem said it yesterday. Jorginho was his man of the match, so can't take that back.
Don't worry, we're coming. We're coming today, man. Don't worry. Come.
Oh god, yeah. For me, I'm gonna give Reece James a 7. Again, like our wing backs and our centre backs, I think most of them deserve between 6.5 and a 7. Again, apart from that one goal at the end, they were pretty solid throughout the game. An 8, a 7 over here. Gem's just trolling. No, is it actually Gem? I think
No,
it's.
I think it is. I think he's being serious.
Yeah.
You know.
I think
He said,
Ads has hacked Gem's account, to be honest, because I don't understand this, to be honest. There's a 6 here, 7, yeah. There's
Gem is very hard to please. A player will have a good game,
no, I
and
think
then he will say he had a bad game. Like, oh, I mean, it is what it is, but
he's got high standards, man. High
I mean,
standards.
Gem, he wasn't that bad. I mean, for me, I'd probably like he wasn't great offensively, but we didn't need to be offensive. So defensively, he did his job. So, if that's the case, I'll give him a 7 for that. But yeah. Oh damn! Hey, Class F is here.
That's not him. I don't believe it.
Is it not?
No, there's CFC in the end. I don't think he has a CFC.
is this the guy that was saying false 8 and stuff?
Yeah,
He's-
the false 8s, the false 8 nonsense.
Can I say
So
what else he said,
Sure.
or is that too censored for you? He said something else, though,
Oh,
a lot
we
more
know,
outrageous.
we know.
Okay.
We know what he said. Something
What
about
else did he say?
relative and certain certain mechanical tools that run on rails. Yep, got it.
Yeah, there you go.
Got it. So
Underground. That's what I'm gonna say.
TFL settings. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. Anyway, so let's go
Man,
to
put it in the private chat. I want to know.
I'll do
Let's
that
go,
anyway.
Slens will put it in the pipe. Let's go to the left of that wing of our wing back, which is Ben Chilwell. Slens, what did we think of Billy?
You chose the wrong person here because I'm a biggest critic of this guy because we bought him for 50 mil and I think our standards for him are a bit not great, but he's improved. I'll say this: he improved last game. Do you know what? Like, offensively, he's very frustrating. I feel like, you know what it is? He just runs and crosses. Like, his decision making isn't always great. It's the same with Reece. Like, I feel like he just wants to get to the byline and just cross it. He doesn't look. He doesn't use his time wisely. He doesn't use the cross wisely. He just goes. But defensively, he lost a couple of his battles, but he did recover. So I'm gonna give him a 6.5. I wasn't very impressed with him. He wasn't great in the first half. Second half, he's improved. I'll give him 6.5 for that.
Yeah, you're right about. Well, the thing since Chilwell scored against Porto, he did play against West Brom, didn't he? And then this game, in Palace, and then this game, he's been trying to. Since he scored against Porto, he's been trying to force it way too much.
Prime, I think it was Alonso versus West Brom. Sorry, I think it was Alonso versus West Brom. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but
Yeah.
he scored against
I see your
Porto,
point. I see your
and
point. Yeah.
he scored against Porto, then he played this game. He's been trying to force it way too much instead of just, I guess, keeping things a bit simple, trying to go
That's
for
what
the
I mean.
spectacular. But then again, I don't know. It's hard to judge because this game, it's like the first leg wrapped up the tie, so it was like I think he had a good performance. He didn't get us in any trouble really. Yeah, 6.5. It was not, or actually no, probably 6. 6. It was a good performance, but like that's all that was really needed because we didn't need to really do more.
Yeah, I didn't really notice him, to be honest, which I suppose defensively that can only be a good thing. Again, offensively we definitely weren't the best, but again that wasn't our intention. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. My internet just connected to my printer again for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, Wheat is back. I'll give Ben Chilwell a 6. I thought he played better in the weekend, played better in the last leg as well, for me, but I'll give him a 6. It wasn't too bad. I'm seeing 6s here, 7, trolling, 6.5, trolling again.
It's a great name, though.
It's okay, Daniel. It tends to act up a bit, but it's okay. It's patterned. It's patterned. Yes, everybody, please, if you haven't already, like the stream. A 7. Okay, so some fairly okay ratings for Chili B. So moving into our CDM position. Yeah. Man like Jorginho, Gem's favorite player ever. Guys, Lens, I'm going to come to you first. What did we think?
Let me just start off by saying you've got two people who are part of the Jorginho hype here. So Lambs, it's a bit tough for you, man. But hopefully you join us. Hopefully you join us soon, man.
Gem, you see what you left me with? You see what
Nah, here's what I'll say. Guys, if you look at his numbers yesterday, he had 8 interceptions in the whole game, yeah? Now, our criticism of him is that he can be caught out defensively, but those are Kante numbers, man. Like, I'm not saying he's Kante, I'm saying those are Kante numbers. Like, he was really good. Honestly, yesterday, I think defensively he was really good. And this is what we needed. We needed his experience. Again, his shithousery, like, he'll make the foul when the foul needs to be made. He'll cut the ball out. He didn't lose his 50-50s. I feel like sometimes he loses his 50-50s too often. But no, I was really impressed. I wouldn't say he's man of the match because there's someone who's better. We'll get onto him. But I'll give him an 8. I'll give him an 8. He was really good. Very impressed.
Okay, guys, in the comments, let us know your ratings for Jorginho. Prime, do you agree?
Yeah, I think he was great. Kept things ticking over. Played well when Porto were coming out, especially in the first 25-30 minutes of the first half and in the second. His interceptions or something. I think he won the most out of any Chelsea player since like 2018 or something like that. Yeah, well deserved being our man of the match.
Yeah, so here, AR Hive, Jorginho, 9.5 for him, was man of the match, 8 tackles, 1, 12 ground duels, 1, 86% pass accuracy, most progressive passes, 5 out of 7 long passes completed. He was exceptional. Okay, I wouldn't go so far as saying
Not exceptional. No.
I would say he did his job, which is what he was supposed to do. Again, I'm not really a fan of Jorginho because looking at this, and what I'm used to him doing, right? Yeah, his pass percentage accuracy is always like above 8%. Like, I can't deny him that his passing accuracy and ability is undeniable. He does make a lot of passes. Some of them are standard passes, though. I don't think he breaks the lines enough for me. I think he's slow for me. And other times when other teams are controlling the tempo of the midfield, we will get overshadowed, and we'll see against City. We saw it even against Porto, to be honest. So it's the tackles and the ground duels one. Is this that he doesn't do? He does this too rarely for me. That's why I don't like him. That's why I'm not a fan of him. If he did this more consistently, then maybe I'd change my tune. That was something I was hoping to see. And yes, he did it for like 3 or 4 games in a row under Tuchel, but then he always kind of reverts back to his usual self. That's why. But I'll give him credit where it's due. He did well yesterday, so I'll give him an 8.5. For Jorginho, 8 for Mr. Pass. He was man of the match. Daniel agrees with his lens. I think that means Havertz will get to Havertz, 8.5. 9. Yeah, some high ratings for him. So going on to my favorite player and my man of the match, N'Golo Kante, the other half of the pivot. Slens.
Yeah. I'm giving him a 4, man. No, I'm joking, guys. People think I have an agenda against him, so I had to feed into that. No, listen, he was, again, like, it's the same thing. He was good. Like, he was good with Jorginho. The combination, I told you guys we're going to play Jorginho and Kante. And defensively, it worked. Because you've got Jorginho doing the interceptions, and you saw Kante actually progressing the board, which was really weird. And listen, he was on the ball again. There was some bit of lacking on the ball here and there. Oh, hey, fresh trim. But no, to be honest with you, he was just consistent, Mr. Consistent. I'll give him an 8 as well. I'll give him 2 midfielders and an 8. They were really good.
Prime, what do you think of Kante?
Yeah, I think he was. If you don't give man of the match to Jorginho, then you could just as well give it to Kante. Uh, I think he was very good this game, but in terms of when people say he had like a world class performance, I only want to hear that word used with Kante when we play. For example, we play Real Madrid, and if we get to the final and we play Man City or PSG, that's when I want to hear people say Kante had a world class performance. He was man of the
Listen,
match
listen, slow your
because
roll
those are the big
back.
games I expect world class players to play.
Time. There is still
I'm
games.
understand. I'm saying.
Borussia Dortmund could win, and then we might be playing them, not City. So you never know. You
All
never
right,
So,
know.
fine. Man City in the Man City FA Cup semi final. Kante have a world class performance then?
is he going to start though? That's the question. I don't know.
I think you will.
Well,
So, what would you give Kante for this game?
uh, well, okay. If Jorginho's an 8.5, then I will give Kante an 8.
Okay. Winter Surfer is with us, people. You joined us just in time. We are on our midfield pivot of Jorginho and Kante. Now we are on Kante. What did you think, Winter Surfer? And what would you give him?
Yeah, I thought Kante did his job very well last night. They didn't do much of what I thought they would do and run through the middle, but when they did, he was just there to block and get rid of stuff like that. There wasn't much for Jorginho and Kante of setting any attacks up last night or setting anything. They just did their job and got rid of the ball and blocked it. Essentially, that's all they were there for. Was they were the first blockade, essentially. So for me, he gets an 8. Like I said, it wasn't for me. He didn't get. It wasn't like against Atletico Madrid where he was all over the place in the second leg, where he was like everywhere, and you wondered how he kept getting everywhere on the pitch.
The
Yesterday,
triplets.
yeah,
Man.
the triplets. Yeah, there was no need for triplets. It was just a single person. Single person came into that stadium yesterday. The other two twins weren't allowed.
They had the
weren't
night off.
needed.
Nah,
So-
Jorginho had the triplets. Today.
Yeah, I did have my haircut. Yeah, thanks. Did have my haircut. Yeah, yeah. So 8. Yeah, I agree with Prime 8. 8 for me. It was very solid, very good.
Yeah, I mean, I will. I kind of agree with this. I wasn't seeing him making too much interceptions and tackles. That's probably that Jorginho was doing more of that in that game. But I would say it's about time because I feel like Kante is always having to do this. To be honest, so it's about time that Kante is like, mate, you do the dirty work. I'm going to carry the ball a little bit forward. It's my turn now. So yes, I'll have to give Kante the same rating as Jorginho, which is an 8.5, because I feel like he was great in moving the ball, trying to move the ball forward. But I have to say the final passes, not all of the passes. People saying like his passing was terrible and sloppy. It wasn't. The final pass, the first half, he was making some terrible final balls. But generally, the passing accuracy throughout the majority of the game was solid enough. So I'm going to give him that 8.5. And he was my man of the match for me. That's why I can't give him a higher rating than Jorginho, but it's still, because it wasn't his best game. He wasn't better than Jorginho in that game, but I think he did what he needed to do. I think them two complemented each other really well. Here, Sam Jovi says, Kante made their best players seem ordinary. He was taken off. People underestimate Kante's contribution to us not conceding early, which could have changed the game 100%. 100%. Do you guys agree with this? Because I think him coming on in the last leg, along with Thiago Silva, that helped settle the midfield because they were all running through us. And they were still kind of running through us yesterday as well. So,
would you guys, if the right offer came in, and I guess it depends how much the offer is, would you guys consider selling Kante?
nope.
Depends who we get. Depends who we get. Apparently. If it's a world class midfielder who can replace him, then yeah. But there's no reason to sell him if it's no one's going to come. I mean, if you look at the names like Locatelli, Rice,
Someone's house is burning down.
it's not mine. I hope
No,
not.
man.
Yeah, but yeah, if it's a replacement like Rice, Locatelli, other world class midfielders, then I wouldn't sell him. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
There's a question posed to me today, so I just thought I'd mention it and bring it up. Okay, would you bring in, say, because we have three mid. Either way, we do need to sign at least one more midfielder. Would you bring in Locatelli or a Rice to be in rotation
Nope.
with the other three?
Can I say something? Actually, you know what? I realized something popped up in my mind. Yeah. You know what I would do? I would buy two CDMs, yeah, like the likes of Basuma and Locatelli or whoever it is, because I believe they'd be both at cut price. I don't think they'll. We could sell like let's say Kante for 80 mil, and they could come for like 40 and 50. The combination of the two, so that's 90. So I would get two for one. That's what I would do. If that's the only way I'd actually negotiate with Kante.
No, but I'm saying even if we don't sell Kante, would you
Yeah, of
bring
course,
in someone else to be in rotation with the three? And at least they end up learning from Kante.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That area is our weakest.
Now that we can stop talking about selling and Kante in the same because you're not giving me anxiety. Let's move on to another player who did fairly okay, possibly should have scored, but still somebody's getting better and better. Listen, I would have given this man of the match just for the amount of fouls that he was taking.
That's what I was gonna do. Yeah.
Boy, every single time this guy fell to the ground, my heart stopped because I was just like, damn, not him, anybody else but him. Come on, he can't take it. You know this. But Pulisic, Slens.
Do you know what? Weirdly, he's my man of the match, and the reason being is that basically I looked at Mount, and who was on the other side? It was Havertz and him. So for me, it was Havertz and Pulisic almost taking over our offense, attacking just on their own, man. Because the wing backs didn't join as much, Joe didn't join as much, but Pulisic, whenever the ball came to him, what he'd do is dribble past one guy and then advance us by getting a foul. That's so important in games like this. It takes 10 or 20 minutes out of the game, literally. So it's so important. That's why I'm giving him man of the match. I feel like he's back to his dribbling best. I love when he dribbles, man. He just takes on players, causes trouble. So I'm going to give him an 8.5. My man of the match gets an 8.5. Nothing higher than that because we lost the game. But 8.5 for Pulisic, man. Man of the match.
Yeah, 100%. Prime, my guy was getting dragged left, right, centre, up, down, left, right, all around. Pulisic yesterday. What did you think?
Definitely our best player, probably winning a lot of fouls. But I don't like that Tuchel kept him on too long because there was always that thought of he will get a knock and he could be out against City because we're going to need him for that game.
We lost him.
He he's back.
Played his. Another game under his belt, or another full game, I guess, under his belt is a good thing for him. So, yeah, 7.5.
Andrew, Pulisic?
I don't think he's our man of the match. I think, I mean, he was getting some dirty treatment last night, very dirty treatment. I've got a crazy theory that the reason Tuchel didn't take him off is he's trying to toughen him up. He probably saw that he was getting targeted. He's trying to toughen him up because he's had such a rubbish injury record. That's my crazy theory, anyway. And it's some sort of tough love or something like that that's keeping him on going. That's because I saw a picture yesterday of when he was walking off of his legs, his ankles, and everything, and both sides have blood on them, like that. Both sides have blood on them, which is very, like from the.
I like that. Man.
So I think it's some crazy theory. I've got a crazy theory that Thomas Tuchel's going, listen, you've been out for ages. Even during my period, you've been out injured a couple of times. I'm going to keep you on. I'm going to make you tough. And remember, Hazard got kicked all over the place. Remember, he was the most fouled player in the Premier League. Let's see how tough you are. And it could backfire. It could backfire. That's the only thing. But I think that's why he kept him on. He wasn't my man of the match because I didn't really think our team was built to attack. We played to attack yesterday, but I praise him for not staying down or wanting to come off. So he gets a 7 for me for that one. So.
Well, Hazard, I don't know how to describe this. Hazard rode through tackles and roll through challenges. Whereas with Pulisic, it seems that whenever he gets touched, he goes down.
Yeah, no, I know, but
I like that, though.
he was getting some nasty stuff yesterday. I mean, even like really targeting stuff like Hazard used to get. Hazard would sometimes get chopped down, especially in like European games. He would
Yeah,
get,
Andrew. When Pepe's on the pitch, that's bound to happen, man. He's
that's
a
true.
piece of work.
Pepe's
He's
a
a piece
dirty,
of work, mate.
Pepe's a dirty
How-
POS. You know what I mean? So
But how often Hazard
Oh.
wasn't always going down?
Come on.
The thing is, Hazard and Pulisic, when they run at such pace, yeah, that literally the slightest knock will just be enough to bring them down because the momentum is so high.
yeah,
Yeah, true.
So that's probably why
I
they
see.
end up being pretty fouled. But anyway, moving on to the other side, our front three. Money Mace.
He
Slam.
didn't have the minerals.
Nah, there was no minerals, man. But you know what?
What you say, yeah? Johnny has
Yeah.
superpowers.
If my Wi-Fi goes down, guys, you know what happened. No, do you know what it is? I think he had before Pulisic's 90-minute chance where he went through. He had a couple of chances, you know, and he'd hit the defender, he'd get blocked. He wasn't the usual Money Mace that we all love to see, man, but he was doing his normal pressing thing, which is what we needed today. We just needed a pressing machine down there, man. That's what he was. I'll give him a 6.5, man. And obviously, it might seem a bit harsh, but he's set high standards for himself now. And if he doesn't perform to that level, then he'll get a lower rating than usual. And I'll give him a 6.5.
Prime Money Mace.
Yeah, I'll give him a 6. I think, but from what I expect from him, I do expect more. However, again, going forward, because we didn't need to go out and score, that probably takes away a lot from our attacking players. So that's probably harsh on him. But yeah, I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, this Josh guy is out here trolling, mate.
oh, he's trying to. He's obviously got his training wheels still on. So
Did you know what it is? I can't believe he's got a picture of the goat,
of
yeah?
the king, yeah.
And then he's doing this. What a
Yeah.
Who does he
shame, man.
support? Who does he support?
Arsenal.
I think Arsenal.
Spurs, probably.
yeah.
Okay, all right, makes
Oh,
sense.
they're both shit anyways, man. You can support
Twitter,
them.
innit? This is Money Mace.
Yeah. Do you know what? Before Slen's mentioned that blocked shot, I was trying to remember what, and this isn't a slate on him, what big opportunities he had last night. I can only remember that blocked shot and his attacking thing. I give him a 6. I give him a 6 because I can't think of anything.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was let me
Oh man, yeah, a 6 for me. I mean, it wasn't. Listen, one of his quieter games over his last period, and like I said, apart from that blocked shot, I really can't think of anything else that happened during the match for him. Did his job as part of the team. You know, they defending as a team did his part, but a 6 for me, and that should be fine. You know, it's an average. You know.
Yeah, I'll give him a 6 as well. I didn't really notice him too much, and defensively wasn't such a bad thing because like you said, they were all contributing, helping the team defensively. Manage the game properly, see out the win, get us through to the next round. But I'm not going to rate our offensive players too high. Offensively, it stops at the central defensive midfield position because our offensive players need to be doing better and at least trying to create stuff more. And Mason Mount, everybody gives him all these accolades and credits for being somebody who's such a hard worker and willing to create out of nothing. And I didn't really notice him at all. Like, I've noticed Havertz much more. I noticed Havertz and what's the other one? Who did we rate before?
Pulisic.
Pulisic, yeah. Havertz and Pulisic more than I did Mason Mount. So out of our front attacking three, he was the most underwhelming for me. So I'll give him a 6, but solid performance defensively. Yes. So, which brings me to our what is it? I don't know. Is it our false 9 or our false 8 or our false 6? 11. I don't know. I don't know what our false.
Yeah,
I'll force them
false 8,
camp, man. That's
false
what he is,
8, I
man.
don't know, false 11.
Mr.
Whatever.
I have a Slens.
I'm gonna give him a 6.5, same as Mount. The ball didn't stick to him. In a game like this, he needs to stick to him, man, and bring people in. But I guess that's not his strengths. Some good link-up play, some good touches, some good touches.
You
Oh.
son of a bitch, Nexus.
Some,
Damn Nexus, man.
Damn Nexus. Nexus is the best troll ever. That's it.
yeah,
Piss off the Nexus. The Nexus.
some good touches. But Josh Thompson talking about Odegaard is funny, man. Number one, he's not your player. Number two, he's got you down in ninth. But anyways, listen, Kai Havertz, man, he's playing a semi-final.
Ninth place.
He's playing a semi-final in the Champions League, and your guy, I don't know what he's doing, man. So a 7, just a 6.5, run of the mill, average performance.
Kai Flopperts, like Rising said before.
What, Havertz?
Yeah.
Again, with our attacking players, because we weren't going to attack the game or to get goals, so it's hard to judge. But yeah, I'll just give him a basic 6.5. Like this, yeah.
Yeah, the same score I gave Mount, so a 6 for me. Did his part, defending from the front, nothing really attacking wise at all yesterday. I thought the whole game I thought they just felt it was just like a procedural thing. They just need to show up, and that's what they need to do essentially. So, 6 for me.
Yeah, I'll give him slightly higher than a 6. I'll give him a 6.5. Again, still underwhelming, but I thought Mount was the quietest out of our attacking three. Pulisic was definitely the liveliest. Had the best chance as well. Definitely should have scored. But yeah, we lost the game, so we can't really rate our attacking players too highly. And again, if that goal maybe came 7 minutes earlier, we might be sitting here just hitting ourselves a little bit, guys, just a little bit. But thankfully we had the 2 goals, so we had that cushion, so we didn't really feel it. But that was a fantastic goal from them. In terms of our subs, did we even really
Drew and
rating them?
Ziyech. Yeah,
No, I'm not rating them.
They both came on with 4 minutes and 2 minutes to go. So
start padding appearances, man. That's what they were doing, man. That's what it is.
Appearance fee.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I will leave the line open for
Josh, come on.
Josh, you should check out the Nexus' last comment, by the way. It's a great comment, if you can see it. The Nexus.
Yes! Damn, you're fired!
Fire!
No, I take that back. I can't fire German ads. They are definitely the admins. But guys, is in the chat. I'm going to keep the lines open for 10, 15 more minutes. If you guys want to come in, have your say about the game. But you guys, do we have any kind of closing thoughts on the game? It was just really dead. The PSG Bayern game was so much more interesting.
Yeah.
Did you know what it is? I'm picking out 2 moments out of 2 legs, yeah? The Mount goal was so important, yeah, because it changed everything, right? For 30 minutes we weren't great, and it just gave us the ascendancy. And in the second leg, you guys might not like me for this, but Jorginho's interception to Mendy's pass, the pass where he passed it to the opponent.
Oh, yeah,
Jorginho intercepted it brilliantly, and if that goal went in, could have been a very different game. Very different game.
That's
It
true.
was around the 30th minute again, yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
We are joined with Hassan. Welcome. Thoughts on the game? Who stood out to you? Do you agree with our player ratings, and who's your man of the match?
I mean, I think it had to be Pulisic, really. I mean, he deserved it, to be fair, of all of them. I mean, a lot of the times, as soon as he got hit, I thought, yeah, he's gone, he's injured. But he stood up today, and I believe that he did well. And yeah, I mean, the game, 1-0, I mean, it doesn't matter. As long as we're through. It doesn't matter what score it is. But fair play to Porto, though. They bagged the goal. I kind of jinxed it really. I was like, before the goal happened, I said, I'm sure we can all agree Mendy is going to get the golden glove, and he pops up out of nowhere with a bicycle. Slot in top corner. But, I mean, fair play though. Yeah, it wasn't the best game under Tuchel, but as long as we're through, we're through. And that's all that matters really. And now the focus is on, well, the semi-finals against Man City.
Yeah.
And are you guys confident in that, or?
I'm all right. I think in a one-off game, I think Tuchel, I back him in a one-off game, this is it. Also, it's not about really. Well, defending would be cool, but we just go out score City, and that's, you just got to leave it like that. I mean, 1-0 is good enough. I back us to score first and hold on to a 1-0 win. I don't fear City. I don't fear this City. I don't fear this City. I don't fear this City team. Sorry, I don't fear them at all. I don't fear them.
Do you? Because I was going to ask you guys actually. Do you feel like Tuchel would have he's finally met his match in Pep and in Pep's City side because of how deep their squad depth is, very similar to ours, and they've got much better quality players than us in their midfield, and they're getting goals from midfield. They don't even need to play with a natural striker. Goals all over the park. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty scared. I think this is Tuchel's match.
Do you know what's funny? Go on, Hassan, go on.
I was going to say, I don't think you should be scared, but I think it'll probably be an even game. It's depending on who takes their chances more. I think it'll be a tactical battle, really. And it's all depending on who pops up with the goal first. I feel like it's literally a one-goal game. Whoever bags first is going to win it. Unless it's slip up happens.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but who would be your pivot against City? Because I know you're going to say Jorginho, but I actually fancy Kovacic and Kante for this one.
He's out. Kovacic is out.
No, Kovacic is gone.
Kovacic is out. Yeah. Tuchel said he pulled a hamstring in the warm up against Porto, or the training against Porto. So
that's annoying, man.
So it's gonna be Jorginho Kante. Jorginho Kante, definitely.
Well, to be fair though, he did suffer a knock last night. Well, not last night, but the night before.
Yeah.
And I think that knock carried on. He probably tried to play through the injury and made it worse.
Cover, man.
But we've got Kante next to Jorginho, man. It's all right. Kante's there to be the legs. You know what I mean? So.
To be fair, I really wanted Pulisic to play the full 90 against Man City, but I don't think he will now because he played the full 90 against Porto. And the more times he's got knocked.
I don't think he'll last for 90. I don't think we should risk it, to be honest.
No, now we can't, because the amount of times he got knocked yesterday, we can't risk it.
Like you said, we've got this semi-final coming up. We've got another Champions League semi-final, possibly against a really strong opposition. We've still got important games coming up in the Premier League. Like, these are vital games coming thick and fast for Chelsea right now, and we need our best players, our best offensive attacking players, fit, and especially somebody like Pulisic, who has been so injury prone for the majority of the season. I think keeping him fit and making sure he's firing for these last couple of games is so important, because we are struggling to score goals. Like, it was only against Crystal Palace, the first time under Tuchel, that we managed to score more than 2 goals in a game. So that's still a problem for us. And against City, we have no problem scoring goals left, right.
But do you guys think he's going to play back-to-back full squads? Because considering he's got the semi-final now, and then the week after he's got the final against Tottenham. And he's got a hard game in between. I think he's got a Villa or someone. I don't know.
We have to play the same front three, man. We have to play the same front three. Because it's the most fluid one.
I don't know, Stens. I think Werner's start. I think Werner's starting Saturday. I think Werner's starting Saturday. I think he is. He hasn't played for over a week. Hasn't even come on, really. Didn't even come on against Palace or yesterday. I think he's starting.
I think he's starting too. Yeah. I think his pace is something that none of our strikers offer us, except for him. Yeah, he can't hit the back of the net, but he can take a few defenders out of the game, and
Yeah, but What good? I was gonna say, what good is pace if no one can catch up to Werner?
Well, no, I think
Left
I
for
think
the trophy.
Like by Werner, running off,
Yeah.
like he takes the defenders with him, frees up players in the box or players running.
I could see Hudson-Odoi starting in the front three on Saturday as well.
Really?
Yeah,
Do you
just
know? Do you know why I'm against Werner?
rot-
Like agenda
rotation.
aside, yeah.
Yeah.
The reason I'm against it is because do you know what it is? City don't give you the ball much, and when you get the ball right, you want someone who's going to be like economical, but not lose it, and like be kind of technical with it, create space, create chances. We all know this is not Werner's strength. Werner is a guy
Yeah, but
who'll run
if
on
you look back
and
at
try
the
and try
last-
get past it.
He's
Yeah,
gonna
try get the pass. Yeah.
if he looks back at how Lampard set up against City last season at Stamford
Yeah.
Bridge, he's going to try and. I think he might try and copy that. Obviously, be better defensively, but try and copy it and just hit them on the breaks. He used Pulisic more as a frontman. He had him
But
work on his pace. So
you know
he
what it
might
was like?
use that. So and Wembley's huge. You know what I mean? So he might use that essentially. He might have liberty to give Jorginho more of a passing range in that game to actually set up a few balls. Like
But I was gonna say, right, the tactics are slightly different now compared to last time when Pep versus Frank. I think the time we bet him, De Bruyne was a free roamer, and so basically what happened was one of our midfielders dropped deep and created the opening and the chance for us to play out wide. But I don't know, maybe it could be the same tactics Pep is using. We could exploit it, but it depends. I think it's what I said before. It's a tactical battle, and whichever person pulls out individual brilliance, whether it be Mount, Pulisic, or maybe even Werner with a shot goal. But whoever does it, I think it's a one-goal game.
I see it like that as well. One like a 2-1 or something like that.
I mean, it
Well,
does.
yeah.
Go ahead, Prime.
No, yes, agreeing that we will beat them 2-1, in my opinion.
I was gonna say, like, these games, especially these big games, like the heavyweight clashes, people usually expect so many goals, but they end up being like barely any goals or just one goal. Like, and the person who scores the goal ends up winning the game usually. I can see, because City are again so defensively well drilled, and so are we. I don't see more than one, possibly two goals in this game. So I can either see it going to extra time or either us just nicking that goal and just defending really well and seeing the game out, to be honest. And
As-
I think I want to see how City do tonight, because I think if they get knocked out, then
They're gonna come with bloodlust, man. They're gonna
Vengeance.
come with vengeance.
yeah, they're gonna come with vengeance, because that's the cup that they really want. So
Do you know what, Lance? You know, if they get knocked out today, I'll start believing we can win the Champions League. If they get knocked
Yeah,
out
that's
today,
what I was gonna say.
that's the only way. Because I feel like Pep's he's smelling that trophy, man. And if he gets to the semis, I think the trophy's his. I think because it's difficult, man. He needs to get it. He needs to prove himself, and he's one of the best managers in the world. So.
All I'm gonna say, right, as long as Anthony Taylor's not reffing, I don't fear him. Because we all know what Anthony Taylor does to us in cup finals, man.
yeah, listen. Overall, the standard of the refereeing has just been quite poor, really and truly. But yeah, I don't really know what else more we can say about this game apart from the fact that we're through to a Champions League semi-final. In about 15 minutes, we'll see. I guess, watch the Champions League games, see who we're facing. Can Liverpool come back? I don't think so. I think it's going to be a reunion of Eden Hazard and Thibaut Courtois again. And how sweet would it be to beat them? But I'm not going to underestimate them. I think they are vital opponents as well. But anyway, guys, any last comments from anybody? No? Cool. Before we sign out, tell everybody where they can find you on all your channels. Winter Surfer.
So on KH No Filter Football, we're near to 1,000 subs. Sorry, I don't know what I was going to say there, but subs. Sends
Guys,
is on that.
honestly, sub. They are almost
Yeah.
there. Sub. They are almost
Sends
there.
is on that with Marshall and Kai. I think we're going to go ahead tomorrow and do a video tomorrow, so we'll go ahead and do that. The Nexus, also with Prime and Will on there. We'll go ahead and do a video tomorrow. on that one.
Easy
On
take.
Strong TV for the watch-alongs, Chelsea watch-alongs, wrestling show, everything but Chelsea show. Bits and bobs invited me onto the Chelsea podcast, so whenever I'm free, I can do that. And I think that's it. If I'm thinking, Niles, Let's Talk Premier League on tonight for the reaction to the Champions League games on the Chelsea show on Friday and other places. So yeah.
Listen, Winter Stuff, we're active out here. Slens, tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me
and
on
make
No,
sure you guys subscribe to all of those channels.
and it's KH No Filter Football as well, very close to 1,000, as he said. We're gonna release something special on 1,000, so you guys will find out when we get to 1,000, hopefully. I've got Slens Talks, my own channel. Hopefully, I'm doing a stream tomorrow. I'm gonna invite some of the panel on here, of course, maybe all of them. But yeah, that's all from me, man. I'm gonna be on Strong TV as well sometimes doing watch alongs. But yeah, other than that, thanks for having me on GNA TV, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Yeah.
Amazing. Prime, quickly, do you want to tell everybody where they can find you?
My Twitter's there, so just follow that for anything that I'm doing. I'm on the terrace, Nexus with Will and Andrew here sometimes. Strong TV.
First XI.
Yeah, first XI on Friday for Road Watch. Check that one out. And yeah, anything, I don't know, just follow my Twitter and basically anything that I do, you'll know. Also my Instagram.
Yes, Prime is very active on social media, so get to following. And on YouTube, he is everywhere, so guarantee you will find him, okay? You're just not looking hard enough. Anyway, I'm on Instagram, ads, Gem Sophia, all of their socials, everything's in the description box below. Get to following. I host the Ladies Show here. I'll be on the Midnight Vibe Show on the Terrace tonight. Here, there, everywhere. And I also got my own YouTube channel now as well. So it's called Lambs Reacts. So I'm just going to be doing some short post-match reaction videos as well. So if you can subscribe to that, I would very much appreciate it. But guys, thank you for joining me for the player ratings today. A dead game, but we are in the semi-finals.
Yeah. And you aren't, Josh.
You aren't.
It's like